But of course, with Trump, in addition to the Fox propaganda vehicle, you have the really fun stuff. You have Alex Jones. Alex Jones, I feel like it's tougher to do content now that he's on people's radar and he can't just like make up stories about companies anymore because they will sue him for libel. So he needs to get a little bit more abstract.
First Amendment.
First Amendment. And he also needs you, apparently not just to buy his garbage supplements. He needs you to, he needs something more fundamental.
I do this to save the country and have a future. I don't do the things I do on air just because I think I'm invincible. I know I am expendable. I know I'm just human. I know I'm weak. But I'm not a parasite. I'm not a devil worshiper. I'm not a child molester. And, man, these people are bad news. And I want God to know, because I have spiritual awareness. I can feel God's presence. And when things are happy and good, I feel God's happy. Let me tell you something. When I start looking at these people, I can just feel God's wrath boiling. And I just want to defeat them. And that's why I'm God-fearing and why I don't fear them. And I just am very sad that I'm not strong enough to do a better job against these people. That's why I need your concerted prayers to lift InfoWars up in prayer, everybody else, and yourselves and our families together. Every race, color, and creed, one human race, red blood, under Jesus Christ, great gift that the Father gave us through his Son to defeat the powers of Satan. Stay with us.
Folks, Led Zeppelin, although they are devil worshippers themselves, they're really fucking cool.
That's what's so awesome is that I love Alex Jones is always on some level showing you, like, he's literally going, I mean, and right-wing guys have always used the rock music of the left-wing counterculture to be like, hey, women suck. Like, but that's a whole other level. What I like there, I feel like what Alex Jones might be doing there is that Glenn Beck is totally irrelevant and not on our radars at all. But Alex Jones and Glenn Beck have always hated each other because Alex Jones essentially accused Glenn Beck of kind of doing a pop culture version of what he was doing back when he was really underground and really indie. What would be like the analogy, like the Clash versus, like, I don't know, Green Day or something? I don't know what the appropriate sort of thing is. But that was essentially like, I'm this great indie filmmaker. I'm out here toiling in obscurity. You've taken my stuff. You dubbed it down. You got a chalkboard on Fox. What's awesome now is that Alex Jones is infinitely bigger than Glenn Beck. He's totally won that war. And he's kind of saying like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to cry, but I can dip into some Glenn Beck territory. I can give a little bit like... Why not
just cover me in a bucket of blood?
It just leads back to who is more nuts, Alex Jones or Glenn Beck. I feel like Glenn Beck is actually more nuts than Alex Jones. I feel like Alex Jones has more cynicism.
All of us feel like we're trapped in a barn fire.
That was the really messed up thing about Glenn Beck, was that at a certain point you started realizing, like, on one hand, he, like all of these guys, has a completely fluid relationship with truth, and lying and distortion, everything is second nature to all of them. But when he would say stuff like that, you realized he was being very psychologically honest at a certain point. You're like, there was an enormous amount of psychic honesty in Glenn Beck's content.
Yeah, he's figured out how to tap into that just to make more money.
Right. If he still is. I mean, that guy's totally off the map. I haven't heard anything about Glenn Beck since Bob Garfield like slayed him when he was doing his whole like anti-Trump tour. I haven't heard anything about him
that
since.
really failed, that whole like I'm holding hands with Samantha Bee type of thing.
Well, he was smartly, I mean, I guess it would have worked if he was setting himself up for a Clinton presidency. But I think that, you know, I mean, he just was out of step with the right-wing hive mind. Sorry, Glenn. Turns out that racism is actually more important than the conspiracy theory. He was really banking on all of that.
Should have talked more about Clockboy.
Yeah. Yeah. He got too into self-help. He was trying to be white trash Oprah too much. He misjudged the market.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos